Hey all you flighty bards and bardettes, welcome back to iCast Fish's Mockery.
A show about tactics, about ammunition,
and about reviews of all of Owl City's albums.
Yeah, we won't be doing that. Firefly is the only song I know by Owl City. Anyway, I'm Matt.
I'm Austin, and I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I just don't I haven't listened to a lot of Owl City. Okay, wait, no, I know another one, I promise. But I have a question, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So when he says in the song Fireflies,
yeah,
when he says, I get 1,000 hugs from 10,000 lightning bugs.
Yes. Does that mean that 10% of the lightning bugs have hugged him?
Right.
Or that each one hugs him 1,000 times?
I have to know.
Or
yeah.
Here's my interpretation of it.
Okay.
The 10,000 lightning bugs is one entity.
Oh, okay.
Who's named 10,000 lightning bugs, but is not necessarily made of 10,000 lightning bugs.
Okay. So we have a character named 10,000 lightning bugs.
And that character hugs him 1,000 times.
Okay, gotcha.
Or I guess it could give him an object called 1,000 hugs. now that I'm thinking of it.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
It really fits in. It really fits in with D&D.
It could just be a drug reference, and his dealer is named 10,000 lightning bugs, and
1,000
hugs is like
ketamine or something.
Yeah. Yeah. It could be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So. Yeah, that's why you should always have a lawyer go over your lyrics.
Right. Yeah.
You really need to do that.
We have now implicated Mr. City.
Apologies. Yes, apologies, Owl. About that.
About you. We're so sorry.
Sorry, can I call you Owl?
I didn't ask for it.
I heard the song You Can Call Me Owl, though. You know that one, right?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, we know that one.
You can call me Owl.
Put it in the comments if you know that song, guys.
No, I swear, there's another Owl City song that I know. Can't remember what it's called.
On the Wing.
On the Wing?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound familiar.
What about the dentist one?
There's a dentist song?
Yeah.
By Owl City? No.
Dude, he's got the wordplay. Let me tell you what. I've heard that his later stuff is awful.
Okay.
That was the word used to describe it.
Okay.
I don't think that about it. I've only heard that. But the album that has Fireflies on it is full of super fun wordplay in the songs. And there's a dentist song.
There is a dentist song. Man, I guess I just haven't lived because I haven't explored Owl City that much.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a nice place to live.
Yeah, I just...
Although I think it's in Canada, so nah.
It's like...
I mean, no offense to Canada, but I don't want to move to somewhere cold. That's enough for me to be nah.
Nah, man. Is it cold? No thanks.
No thanks. Not anymore.
I've had so many people recently, no joke. I've met a lot of new people because I've been to a lot of places. So many people have told me oh yeah, man, I know this person who moved to Alaska and they love it up there. I'm like, heck no, I would never move to Alaska.
I don't know. Juneau is warmer than here.
Is it really?
For the winter.
Really?
Yeah, because it's on the Pacific Ocean. So it never quite gets as cold as it does here.
Oh yeah, the Pacific Ocean is pretty warm in general.
Yeah, it's like the Pacific Northwest of the United States. Definitely stays way warmer than here all winter because of that. As soon as you get past the Rockies, it's
warm.
No, it's cold. Sorry. As soon as you get inland of the Rockies. Yeah, then you're screwed.
I was past the...
But at least it's a desert, so it doesn't snow as much right there. What's that place in Washington called? Oh gosh, I wish I remembered the name. You know that place in Washington, though, that's the other city than Seattle.
I actually don't know what you're talking about, but
Yeah, it's the other city.
Olymp.
No, that one's the capital. That's the only reason we know that one.
Yeah, that is the only reason I know that one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Owl City. Hey, we just discovered something.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with this? Avril Lavigne's Complicated has twice the number of views as Skater Boy.
Yeah, what is with that on YouTube? We're talking about on YouTube. Now, my theory, and I have nothing to back this up because we didn't watch the video for Complicated, and we didn't actually have the sound on for Skater Boy.
Right.
But my theory is that there's too much video before Skater Boy for people to want to watch that specific video of it.
You know, I think that's a solid theory. Mm-hmm. I like your other theory better, that Skater Boy is already within all of our hearts, and therefore we do not need to listen to it.
Yeah.
Because it's already there.
Yeah, like why you wouldn't like listen to your stomach digesting stuff. You wouldn't like get out a sonogram and be like, "Oh, I really need this is what I want to listen to right now. This is my mood right now."
Big mood.
Big mood.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think some people would, but most people would not.
I gotta know who would do that. Listen, if you are one of those people, I'm gonna put a P.O. box address in the description for this. I need you to send me a letter. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna come find you.
Oh, that's all right. We're starting to get in like,
and you're gonna be on our show,
stalker territory. Oh, okay.
It's gonna be our first interview. Right? Like, because I think our guest episodes don't count. They were hosting with us.
Yeah.
That's different.
Co-hosting.
No, this is going to be an interview.
An interview.
You could think of it as an interview. You will be chained to the table.
You will be allowed one phone call.
Yeah.
You could ask for a lawyer, but since you're not actually arrested, we have no obligation to give you one.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Now, do I have to feel bad?
Yes.
For making this person feel bad about this weird thing that they want to do?
You know, I instinctively said yes, but I'm going to rescind that and say probably.
All right, I'll take a probably out of 10. That sounds good.
Yeah, probably out of 10.
Probably out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
What's it? There's got to be a video game that gets that rating.
Probably out of 10.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
Yeah. I can only think of video games that I like a lot. This would have to be a game that I enjoyed, but probably wouldn't play it again.
Oh, God. Yeah, one that I wouldn't play again, but I enjoyed.
That's tough.
Yeah.
A lot of games that I've played, I would definitely play again.
Mm-hmm.
And have.
So it'd be one of those experiences where what was fun was maybe experiencing the game for the first time and finding out what it is, but the actual gameplay isn't fun.
Maybe. I got very diminishing returns when I played Portal. Because you know the solution to all the puzzles now. So it's not really that fun.
Oh, like if you replay it. Yeah.
Right, if you replay it. But I would still say that it was very, very good.
Right.
And I thoroughly enjoyed it. So there has to be more to it than just that.
Mm-hmm.
Like almost as if, okay, there have been a couple Assassin's Creed games that I've played that are like that. And a lot of people really like a lot of them. I think that ever since 2, they've been going downhill.
Right.
There have been like...
They've just been getting faster and faster.
Right. Well, it's like peaks and valleys. It's not steadily downhill, but
in general, it hasn't reached the level of Assassin's Creed 2.
Right.
And maybe in terms of overall construction, we might say that it surpassed 2. Like it has nicer graphics and nicer stuff. But maybe we would say that, well, I don't know, I'm just speaking for you right now.
You sure are. And
I've never played an Assassin's Creed game.
You're doing well so far.
But maybe what we'd say then is that like the like 2 did things that changed the game enough for you, like the game life, that it was like it's nothing has been able to top that in that series.
Yes, and technically they've gone bigger and they've done like maybe technically more interesting things, but no, man,
they haven't improved on the parts of the gameplay that made 2 so good for you specifically. Maybe.
Yeah, I think that they've just making them too complicated. Not to bring it full circle.
Maybe that's what that. Yeah. Okay.
No, but really though, like a lot of people really liked Origins, Assassin's Creed Origins. I thought it was okay, but I didn't love it.
Which one's Assassin's Creed Origins? The Egypt one?
That's the Egypt one, yeah. I thought it was okay. The thing I didn't like about it is the same thing I don't like about most of them that I've played. I've also played 4, which is, I forget what the subtitle is, but it's the pirate one.
Black Flag.
Black Flag, yes. Oh, wow, nice.
It's named after the band.
Yeah, you got it. I really didn't like that one. I finished it like completely.
Right.
I didn't like it though, because the thing that they keep doing is they just make the world bigger and they fill it with more useless stuff to get. Like,
okay, so it's like a bigger grind,
yes,
rather than a bigger game.
Right.
It's like they yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
It's not like putting more care into making a plot that makes you want to explore further and go out. It's like, all right, well, you seem to like collecting a billion random things last time. Let's put in 2 billion.
2 billion things this time. Exactly. I've made this comparison before, I think even on the show, but it's like Breath of the Wild's world is filled with stuff that you want to do and you're interested in. But even if the map in some of these Assassin's Creed games are bigger, which I'm not totally sure that most of them are, but even if they are, the things that you go to do, the side stuff is tedious. It's not interesting. And getting the thing does not feel rewarding in a what's the word I'm looking for? It's
like it's not progression. It's not.
Well, it's definitely not progression because it's all side stuff. But even in Breath of the Wild, some of that stuff is not progression, right? It has almost like an intrinsic value to it. Like you enjoy doing it just to do it. Yeah. Whereas there is some.
I feel like maybe the difference is like this. In Breath of the Wild, you, for the most part, you see something and you're like, I wonder if I can do whatever with that thing. Whereas in Assassin's Creed, you see something and it says, go do this with that thing. Is that the case in that game?
Yeah, maybe that's true. Maybe that is.
Are there a billion side quests in a list or somewhere or something?
Yeah. The mini map is just full of icons all over the place, just covered in icons. And the game says like, hey, do this thing. Do you have to? No. But the way that I play games, it's like I can't ignore that stuff.
Right. Yeah.
I like have to do it.
Yeah.
And doing it feels like a chore in a lot of those games.
Yeah.
Rather than, because there's like the dopamine that you get for completing it. It's like, oh, I did the menial task. Like I accomplished something. It gives your brain that reward. But because it doesn't actually translate to anything meaningful, you ultimately,
you haven't thought about it. You haven't like planned and executed a plan and like received the gratification that way. Because that's how you get dopamine, right? Is like you have a goal, you make a plan, you execute, you reach the goal, and that's where the dopamine comes in. But I feel like a lot of those little tiny dumb, for lack of a better word, dumb little goals like that It's just like go in and do the same thing. Go in and do the same thing. Go in and do. You already know how to use your, stealthy super back kill. Just go do it on like 150 people. Go find all of them. And it's not. See, if it said go find all 150 people, but we don't know where they are, and there was like some cool stuff, like cool knowledge about the game, some mechanical knowledge that would help you find these people, and you could like plan out a route to get them all, that could be rewarding.
Right.
But if there are 150 of them on the mini map, you know how to kill them, you know where they are, and you just have to go and find them all and do it. Unless you do enjoy the process of planning all that out and then going to do it, it's really hard to get that dopamine hit from that.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? I think this, because video games have some translation to a live action RPG, a tabletop RPG like D&D.
I mean, like, look at how many, like, I don't want to do side quests in tabletop RPGs.
No.
I just don't want to almost at all.
Right.
Right?
What would you consider to be a side quest in a tabletop RPG, though?
Literally anything that is not directly related to my main objective if I know it.
Yeah, okay.
Like really anything else. Now, the only exception that I make is character-based stuff that I feel like is good for the table and good for like my character role-playing. That I will do. And I have done that in our campaigns. But yeah, pretty much anything else. Like I don't want to go explore random places or things like that in D&D. But it's partly the scarcity of the gameplay and partly that I don't want to take too much of the spotlight.
Yeah, there's a balance. It's a tricky balance with it, because as much as we would all love to play for like 5 hours or whatever, it gets tougher. If you are in high school or college or maybe even younger and you're listening to this, like really value the free time that you have. It might not feel like you have any at all right now, but it gets really hard to plan this stuff when you get older.
Yeah, and part of it is that even if you don't get busy, other people will.
Right.
And like I work for, like a standard job schedule most of the time, except for when I'm on call. And well, some days I end up in the office for 12 hours instead of 8 or things like that.
Right.
But that's because I'm bad at my job. That's the different.
Okay. I don't think that's true.
But okay. Well, it's because I'm good at my job, but bad at the part where I get stuff done on time.
Okay.
And so they're like, hey, do this much stuff. And I'm like, all right, I think I can do that. And then I find out later that, oh, I couldn't. Maybe it's like that.
Okay,
anyway.
Sure.
So what I find, though, is that even if I only work, 8 to 4:30, which is what I would normally be working Monday through Friday, that's similar to school. Not too bad. It's a little bit longer, but really not by a lot.
No, not by a lot.
And I don't have homework, right? And you do have homework in school. I don't know if you knew this.
Yeah,
all you people out there in school.
I've heard of this thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I should be experiencing unparalleled freedom right now.
Yeah,
but it doesn't feel that way.
But it doesn't feel that way at all, because we're also kind of shackled by responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I work a very.
I have 7 weddings to go to this year.
Yeah, I only have one, and it's kind of weighing on me.
Yeah. Well, you have more to do with your work.
That's true.
I just have to show up as a guest at 7 weddings. To be clear,
I'm a little bit more involved.
Yeah, I'm not really involved in any
in this wedding.
Yeah.
So you see, I work a non-standard job, and it's been tricky because I'm new at the job. I get stuck with the shift that nobody wants, and nobody wants it because it's terrible.
Right. Yeah.
So I only work 4 days a week, but those days are Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday.
Right.
Which like scheduling anything with anybody is so hard because everybody always has the weekends off, and everybody's always willing to take Friday or Monday off to extend their weekend. But if people plan something across any of those 4 days, I cannot participate because I can only take so much time off of work.
Right.
And it's hard to ask people to. Now that I think about it, it's like kind of not really fair for me to always have to be the one who takes time off. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, why can't other people take like a Wednesday off?
Yeah. You do get more time off than I do, I think, roughly.
I probably do, but it's based on availability.
It is.
Because I don't work like an office job where like if I'm not there, it's not a big deal. Like maybe some paperwork doesn't get where it's supposed to be. I work a job where like somebody has to be there. Like, so like a certain number of people have to be there at all times.
Government mandated. Like
yes.
it's required.
Yes.
Legally.
The federal government requires a certain number of people to be there at certain times. So I do, it's true. I do have a lot of time off that I can take, but I can't just take it whenever I want.
Right. And somebody then has to cover the bad shift that no one wants.
Right, exactly. And nobody wants to do that. And it has to be like an agreement. I can't just be like, I'm not showing up. Unless I call in sick, but I'm not the type of person to do that just because I want the day off.
Right.
If I call in sick, it's going to be because I'm sick.
Right. Yeah. It's good to have your words actually mean what they
Exactly. Exactly. Like I'm not going to call off because I don't want to work that day.
Right.
Right. So it is tough.
Yeah, it pretty much just gets harder and harder to schedule because people's schedules diverge. Some people don't get more responsibilities, but others do. So then there go, your friends. If you were purposely abstaining from responsibility,
it
doesn't matter because other people will. And even if you knowing this person in high school thought surely they will never have responsibility. There's a lot about them that you don't realize probably.
Yeah.
You don't know what path they're on in life until you find out, that there they are, with a ton of responsibility. They have dogs and kids and their kids have dogs and their dogs have kids and who even knows?
And like responsibility weighs differently on different people. I mean, some people could have the world on their shoulders and they'd power through it, but some people can't handle that. And you could argue nature versus nurture, all that, all that stuff. But it's true. Like for some people, a certain amount of responsibility is too much, whereas for somebody else, it's perfectly manageable.
Yeah, that's true.
For example, too, like I have plenty of friends now who have kids. And I love those kids and they love those kids. And I would never in a million years ever even think about
eating them. Yeah.
Yeah. I would never wish on them that they did not have their kids, but it's tough because I don't see them nearly as often because they have all that responsibility. They can't just go wherever they want, anytime they want because they have kids to take care of.
Right.
It's just a different amount of responsibility, and it takes a lot of time out of their life every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the lifestyle shift that happens, from adolescence to adulthood, it happens regardless of whether you engage in it. Basically, it's just going to be, it's just there. It's present.
Yeah. So we're sort of, I guess, presenting some possible barriers, right? Let's explore some solutions. So, you have a lot of responsibility. What are some ways around that? Is there a way around that? I don't know.
OnlyFans.
There you go. make your own schedule, make your own content. People are looking for feet.
Yeah.
That's really not that bad.
Do you think they're looking for my feet?
Probably not.
No,
I
you
hear
don't think so?
the male feet market is very low. It's like high saturation.
I have plantar's points.
My feet are ugly. Nobody wants to see them.
Yeah, mine. No clue.
Mine are pretty bad looking.
Mine are unique.
I wore shoes that were too small for way too long when I was a kid, so all of my toes curl in like pretty significantly, and actually my pinky toe sort of curls in and to the side slightly on both feet.
Oh, mine does that by default, but if I like stretch it out for a while, it'll go back to how toes should look.
I've been thinking about maybe trying to train my toes to be back to normal. It would help me with my balance.
They make these like little brace things that you wear between them.
I might consider it because
I've been meaning to get them for a long time actually, but I haven't done so. But yeah, this is not we're not offering you medical advice, by the way, if you're listening to this.
Absolutely not. Unless that's what you want, in which case we'll give you unsolicited and terrible medical advice.
Yeah, I think we're allowed because we're not doctors. So it's legal if we give you medical advice.
Yeah,
If a doctor gave medical advice out on their podcast and it was not researched well or whatever, that would be illegal, I think. But since we're doing it,
and we're not doctors.
At least not that kind of doctor.
No.
They did call me Dr. Smoove in high school.
Did they?
No.
I can start calling you that.
Okay, they called me that once.
Oh, they called it.
Yeah, we were trying out different things, you know.
Just trying out some names. Just trying out a little name.
Yeah, just try, put it on. Just put it on. Just do it.
Just put this on for a second, Dr. Smoove. Oh.
Whoa.
No, not that one. That's not going to stick.
You know what happened?
What was that?
This is a little embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, can you tell? am I blushing?
You are. It's very noticeable.
So I was walking through a doorway and my head just got stuck. It was so big.
Your head?
My head from being called Dr. Smoove. Listen, that's a lot to put on a teenager.
That's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah. Like the hairs are starting to sprout all over.
All over.
But now I'm smooth?
I didn't know where you were going with that, but I regret allowing you to go there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to my story.
Do you want to hear some homebrew?
God, no. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, cool. User no_u_dino_420. No you dino 420.
Oh dear.
Hey, okay, so this is really interesting. Don't mind me. I have to squint at this because for some reason I can't make it bigger. I don't know why. My tablet is just not allowing me to do it. So this is like some what if you were playing D&D but you wanted to have some modern weapons?
Ooh.
Some of them are really strange and I don't understand why they bothered to put them in here, such as baton and sports bat. I don't know why that couldn't exist in a medieval setting. Also, they have things like knife. That exists in D&D already.
Yeah, that does.
But
that's one of the weapons?
You wish. They do have some...
No, butts are not for... No.
They're not for weaponing?
This is a PSA. Butts are not for violence. Let's take the butt out of violence.
The butt out of violence?
Yeah.
Let's take the butt out of violence.
Yeah. Did you notice it's not there?
Not
Do
anymore.
you know how that was spelled before we took the butt out of it? Oh my God. It was atrocious.
Yeah. Still pronounced violence though.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Okay. All right. I have some
Sorry, go.
I have some bones to pick with this.
Okay. All right. Matt's on the warpath here. I'm ready. Simple
melee weapons, right? Almost all of them are weapons that already exist in D&D. I don't even have to talk about them. Here are some that are not. And the thing that I want to talk about with these is how much they cost. Okay. To buy them in D&D.
Yeah.
Brass knuckles. It's going to run you a gold piece for some brass knuckles.
Okay.
That makes sense. I don't have a gripe with that.
Okay.
A javelin, 5 silver pieces. Really? Half the cost of brass knuckles? All right. But sure, why not? Also, that already exists in D&D, but that's neither here nor there. This is don't worry. I'm getting somewhere with this. Knife, 5 silver pieces. Same price as a javelin? Weird. Taser. Oh, okay. Hey, that does a D4 of lightning damage. That seems like not very much. Also, I feel like it should do more cool stuff because tasers do
more cool stuff.
2 gold pieces. That seems cheap. 2 gold pieces?
Depending on how it works. I mean, I could see a magical taser that would only run you that much. Especially if it's that weak and has no other effects.
All right.
I mean, for balancing purposes, I understand the cost. But yeah, a modern taser in a D&D setting, I could see that running you more.
Hatchet.
Okay, why is that a separate...
Hatchet.
Okay.
5 gold pieces. Why is a hatchet more than twice as expensive as a taser? That does not make any sense to me. It's not a special hatchet.
Wait a minute.
It does a D6 of slashing damage.
Research project.
Okay.
Yep, we're going to Amazon.com.
You're going to look up hatchet?
This is sponsored, yeah.
And we're also going to look up taser. I knew it.
Yeah, and we're just going to look at the first couple of results. Hatchets, I'm seeing some for about $20.
Yeah, 20.
If you're paying more than $20 for the most basic hatchet out there, you are getting ripped off. How's that?
Okay.
Is that a good way of saying it?
Yep, basic hatchet, about $20. All right. Taser.
Should we taser with the S or taser with the Z? How's it spelled in there?
S.
All
taser with an S.
A taser is going to run you about $20.
About $20.
Not the shooty kind of taser.
The one where you hold in your hand.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the right kind of thing.
Okay. You see, that's not something I
1d4
considered.
lightning damage.
I did not
consider. It hurts super bad. Wait, what were you thinking?
I was thinking for sure that it was the type
pew,
that you
pew?
shoot.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now that I'm considering that it's one that you just hold in your hand, I can now accept it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe not less than half the price.
It's definitely not it's not a taser flashlight though. That's too good for that price in D&D.
Yeah. Okay, just humor me here. Look up javelin real quick.
Oh my god, this is so exciting. My FBI agent is going to be so thrilled. Okay, these are actually throwing javelins. Of some sort. What is that? Turbo jav? 300 grams. Training javelin.
Are those like
those are not kill people. Those are but these are training javelins for track and field.
Oh, okay. So those are like full-size javelins?
I guess. It doesn't look like it. I don't know what it is. I didn't think this is what a javelin looked like. For like the track and field style ones.
Yeah, those look like...
I thought they looked more like just sticks. I thought it was like this. It is like this.
It is like
this is what they look like.
Yes.
That's $139.
That's about $140.
That's the girls one, by the way. That's the girls one.
Ah.
Oh, here's though a training. So the training ones are like they're
rubber on
there's rubber on the end.
Yeah.
And they have
fins.
What are those called on? They have fletching on the back.
Like an arrow. Yeah, they have like arrow fletchings on them.
Yeah. That's so weird. Why does this one look so short though?
It does. It looks really short.
Is it short?
It also looks like it could potentially be an adult toy.
It does look like that.
Also, the first thing I just want you guys to know, when you search javelin on Amazon, the first things that come up are, I guess they're called javelin thermometers.
Yeah, they're meat thermometers.
Yeah, they're like meat thermometers.
Yeah, oops. It's the Lava Tools Javelin Pro Duo. It's
ambidextrous.
It's an ambidextrous meat thermometer. It can measure meat with either hand.
It's ambidextrous. What? Okay, that's just like fishing for features to call it ambidextrous. Yo, man, my meat thermometer is ambidextrous. I can use it with either hand.
So what are these turbo jab, dude? Dude, do you think we need to get these turbo jab things and like try out these training javelins in the park?
I really, you know what? Actually, for their price, yeah, sure.
$35 for them? Yeah.
Yeah, let's try it.
These ones are only 46 and they're 200 grams heavier. They are actually close. Like, because the women's one, the full size thing, that's 600 grams. Which means that it's less than a kilogram. These things are super light.
That's really light.
That's super light.
That's really
It's definitely made for throwing, not for sticking.
For sure.
But yeah, here, like 500 grams. This was a training one that's 600 grams. And it's only $55. That's not that much more expensive.
We're saving 7% if we buy it now.
Dude, heck yeah. Give me that. Let me buy it. Oh, wait. It's only got a 4-star rating. I don't know about that. Any good reviews on here? Comes in 2 pieces and must be screwed together. 3 stars.
It looks like it fell off of a mid-2000s car. Wow, this guy's savage.
Well, yeah. This person's pretty angry about the color that they got, which was silver with a black tip. Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
Read the fine print first. Product does not seem to arrive in any color except dark gray. So these people really wanted a fancy, weird color.
Yeah.
First day of usage, both tips broke. Okay, so that's an actual problem.
Yep.
That somebody ran into. It's a tad bent in the middle. That would be a problem with the javelin.
I thought it came for 3, but it was just 1.
Oh, that's not going to do it.
That just means you didn't read.
That's not going to do it at all.
Why would? Where does it say on here that it comes with 3?
It didn't say that.
It pictures 6. It pictures 6.
I think we were looking at this one actually.
Oh, yeah, it pictures 6.
Yeah.
But why would you think it comes with 3?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that.
Anyway,
hey, so what about these shoes? These track and field shoes? What did you notice that one is tall and one is small?
One is short. Do you get one
of each? Is that a
each?
normal thing in track and field?
I think that those are 2 different styles.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think that you get one of each.
I think you do. I 100% think that's the case. Guys, track and fielders. Is this the thing? They're different. They are very different styles if that's the case. But I don't see a place to pick. I don't see a place to pick. What are we? How do I shoe? Is it 2 different things? Is it 2? It has to.
It has to be 2 different things.
Is it 2 different things? Or is it 1 different things? This guy's 1. Or maybe this guy's 1 different thing.
Maybe the tall part is a removal. No, that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't look like it.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like, look at the stitching here and the stitching here. That's definitely. Maybe it flips up. Wait a second here. Does it?
Oh yeah, maybe. No, it doesn't seem that way either.
No. Because
then the tongue would have to be like extendable.
Yeah, it would. I don't think anyone wants shoes with an extendable tongue.
Yeah.
That sounds like that sounds like something for my OnlyFans though. All right. Well,
that was fun. So simple ranged weapons include a pistol. 1d6 piercing. Wow. And a hunting rifle. 1d8 piercing. Okay. 10 gold for the pistol. 30 for the hunting rifle. This makes sense.
Yeah, I think that sounds right.
That makes sense to me. They also have martial melee weapons, including a buzzsaw for 40 gold pieces. 1d12.
For 40 gold? Really? 40 gold pieces for the Do buzzsaws cost more than handguns, Amazon?
I don't think so. Handguns are pretty. I mean,
Buzzsaw v handgun. I'm searching that on Amazon.
Uh-huh.
Whoa. Okay, so I found a I found a gun.
Wait,
found a gun model.
There's no way you can buy an actual firearm on Amazon. No way.
CO2 powered.
CO2
powered.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah.
I was like, there's no way you can actually buy a firearm on Amazon. Buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw, yeah, you can buy on Amazon.
$119.
$119.
$120.
That's a cheap one. That's like a cheap, because look at this guy. That's a big boy. But it is also the right, like that's the kind that you would attack somebody with? Question mark. Except it's corded. It needs to be cordless. Is there cordless? But I have to search that. What am I doing? Yeah, you can't use a corded buzzsaw on the battlefield. What about like a reciprocating saw? A sawzall.
Sure. A sawzall. Yeah, let's do that.
That's $60. That's actually really cheap.
That's really cheap.
I think I'm gonna go get
a sawzall.
Yeah, you want to go get some of these right now?
Just some power tools?
Like a couple, yeah, well, specifically sawzalls, and we can, do whatever we want, fight with them or whatever.
No, I don't want to do that, actually.
Oh, really? That's surprising to me. Anyway.
Cool.
Why is that surprising to me?
Okay, chainsaw, 2d6 slashing, 50 gold pieces.
Chainsaw should be even cheaper.
A tactical sword. What is a tactical sword?
It's like a
bayonet.
No. It's the handle is wrapped in paracord, and it looks like this. Modern and tactical swords. Basically, it's a regular sword, but it either has like a knife type handle.
Mm-hmm.
It always comes with a leather sheath.
Apparently,
it never comes with a. I guess it's not called a sheath, or what's the other word for that? That scabbard. Okay. Which one is leather?
Wait, which
scabbard is leather, or scabbard is wood? But yeah, like machetes and stuff would be under the category of tactical sword a lot of the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm getting close to the mic so I can read. Nope. Okay, the rest of these are actually just regular D&D weapons.
To me, visually, you're close to the mic, but to everybody listening on Anchor.fm and Spotify, it probably just sounds like you crawled inside their head.
Which I have. I am now inside of your head. If you know what? I didn't ask for consent. If you do not consent, I will remove myself here in but a moment. But first, I have to tell you, this is really important. It'll just take a second.
Okay.
There's a combat rifle, 2d4 piercing. That seems low. There's an army pistol. I don't know. Why is that different? It doesn't. 1d6 pierce. A shotgun, 1d10. And
that should be bludgeoning. Let's make the shotgun bludgeoning damage for fun.
It's still piercing.
Let's make it bludgeoning.
For some reason, a shotgun is 75 gold pieces and a sniper rifle is 50. And a sniper rifle does 1d8 piercing damage. That doesn't seem like enough.
Am I right in thinking that a sniper rifle is a very expensive firearm?
Yes, you would be correct in thinking that. It should be.
And a shotgun is like that kind of firearm that is so cheap, you just have one.
I know plenty of people who just have one, yes.
Yeah. like if you live out in the woods, you might be like, all right, we should probably have one of these by the front and back door just in case of bears.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas a sniper rifle, like, you get that if you intend to snipe somebody.
I'm not totally sure that civilians are just allowed to have them. Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah.
It's automatic weapons that some places won't allow anymore.
Yeah. Which is, I mean.
Yeah. Is there a need for that? I don't know.
I don't think that.
You know what? That's a debate I don't want to get into. But
yeah, well, I think maybe learning how to use them is a different thing from possessing them too.
That's true.
So I think there could definitely be ranges and stuff where it would be fine.
Actually, I plan on doing that pretty soon. Um,
I got to show you something after this.
awesome.
I'm not going to remember, but I got to show you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just tell you what it is.
Okay.
So they make these things for your gun
Okay.
that let you replace the cartridge and you replace the firing pin
Okay.
with the equipment from the thing, and it lets you basically play laser tag with your gun. So that way you can not with a person.
Oh, okay.
But it's so you can practice actual like marksmanship with your weapon without without using ammunition,
which is expensive right now.
Right. And second of all, in tactical scenarios without endangering people.
That's cool.
You know, like it's not dangerous to like, okay, yes, it is like if you consider the strictest sense of gun safety, it is probably considered dangerous to use the actual gun, like the correct, the real thing with any sort of configuration. But this replaces the firing pin and the cartridge. So you can't have it, like it can't be loaded when this is in there properly. Now, if you don't put it in properly, then you would have probably messed up with it anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like you would like the, I don't know if you're putting people in more. I feel like the people who would use this are less likely to put people in danger with a firearm than people who would go to a range and practice to an okay standard and then go and try to like use their gun for self-defense or something. Right? Like that doesn't seem So I feel like there has to be like actual other, like practicing drawing and practicing like concealing and stuff, like drawing from concealed.
Yeah. That's you usually keep it like right in the upper chest
area.
That way you can very easily access it.
Actually, no, I was doing appendix carry, but it's faster to come out. Did you know this? It's faster to come out the neck hole of your shirt.
Really?
No.
I was going to say that sounds really weird.
No, it's faster to never wear a shirt. So it's technically not concealed carry. Technically.
Yeah. You just pull like the wait, what
if I just walked around wearing a sports bra instead of a shirt? That's the ultimate tactical clothing.
I could dig it.
It's not fair.
Like a tube top.
That girls can get away with wearing a sports bra and no rest of their shirt at the gym. I can't get away with that at the particular gym that I go to. At least I think not. I don't know if they actually have rules about shirts, but I think they do. I've never seen a guy there without a shirt.
Really? Girls just wear like a sports bra and nothing else?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that at a gym.
It doesn't happen as much during the winter because it's a little cold. But yeah, definitely.
Interesting. I don't know why, but maybe I just was never paying that much attention.
Yeah, you should go to the gym more.
Maybe I should. I have a free membership to a gym. I could just go.
No, work out with me in my grody basement instead.
Okay, sure. That sounds more pleasant anyway.
Hey,
I did buy those gymnastics rings, by the way.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, I used them a little bit while I was out of town. Not as much as I would have liked to have, but that's because I didn't have a lot of free time.
Right.
But yeah, I think I'm going to get like one of those pull-up bars you can put on your door frame. I looked it up and it looks like that usually works out okay. You can just hang them up on there.
Pretty much like hang on your door frame and test it. But I think in that house, it'll probably be fine.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
If they're like these door frames, then yeah, you're not going to pull that off the wall.
Yeah, I think they are similar to those door frames. Yeah.
Just for those of you who don't know, we live in the same house.
Yes.
This is actually, we live in the same room, which is this room. We just sleep underneath this table.
All the time that we're not recording, we sit here and wish we were recording.
Yeah. I should have been recording all this.
Oh yeah,
this would have been such a good episode.
This would have been great
if I literally any 10-second snippet of this would have been the best episode we've ever recorded. Except for that 10 seconds where we were quiet just a little while ago. That doesn't count. Although maybe, silence is golden.
Is that what your teachers told you?
Yeah.
If I have bad news, man.
What? I have the one teacher who said, "You give me headaches," all the time to the classes.
Yeah. I think I had that teacher too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went to the same school, by the way, everybody.
Yeah. This is really embarrassing. We live under the same table and we went to the same school. Oh my God.
I can't believe it.
Seriously, get a room already or something. Oh, wait.
We have one. It's this one that we're in right now. That's right. Well, do you want me to talk about the 7th level spell that I found?
Yeah, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, Owlbear Den.
Hey, you've been here before, Owlbear Den.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Has the Sorcerer Wizard spell, a 7th level one. Hey, the range is 200 feet, and it's concentration. So it's a Gauss bolt. I don't know if you're familiar with the concept of like a Gauss rifle.
Nope.
I can't say that I'm extremely familiar with it, but it's like a steampunky sort of thing. Maybe it's like it's sort of like got this like electricity, gravity, magnetism sort of thing to it. Anyway,
is it like a railgun?
Yeah,
like it shoots a projectile using that sort of method.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-huh. At least that's my impression of it. I could actually be completely wrong. I don't remember. Let's see what it says. So, you need a rod, an iron rod, and you focus a charge around it, allowing you to strengthen and launch the charge. So when you cast the spell, you can either use your action to hold the spell or to release it. If you release it, you make a ranged spell attack. On a hit, it takes lightning damage equal to the total accumulated damage. So the base damage is 10d8.
That's a lot of damage.
It's a 7th level spell.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. 7th level spell.
7th level.
Every time you hold the spell, the damage increases by 2d8. So if you lose concentration or do not release after a minute, you can no longer control and it erupts. All creatures within 20 feet make a dex save. A creature takes lightning damage equal to the total accumulated damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one.
That's the way to use it. Heck yeah.
Yeah. I think it... No. It doesn't say including you, so you don't get hit with it.
I'm gonna include,
but
I think it would be cool if it did.
Yeah, I would agree.
It would
include you.
That's sure. Vegeta's final flash attack that was pointless in Dragon Ball because I don't think it worked when he needed it to. I forget. There was something he was using final flash. I don't remember if he used it on Boo or if he used it on the other Majin dudes. Maybe if he did, it killed them, but like, doesn't matter because Boo was still there.
Right.
He was way stronger. You guys all remember this stuff.
You guys remember Majin Boo?
Majin Boo.
There were other Majins?
No.
Oh, okay.
There are other like Majin disciple people.
Okay, got it.
And that's what they were.
I see. I just remember Boo because he did fun stuff. That was actually I notoriously am not a huge fan of Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Boo and Cell, I really enjoyed those arcs.
Cell was really good.
Yeah.
I think he was my favorite villain.
Didn't love Vegeta, or sorry, not Vegeta. I do love Vegeta. Let me just say that out right now. You can clip that, just play it over and over again. That's fine. How come I can't think of
Raditz?
his name?
Are you talking about
I always thought
Nappa?
it was a girl.
Oh, Frieza?
Yes, Frieza. Why did I think Frieza was a girl? I always thought Frieza was a girl.
He's voiced by a girl.
That's probably what it was.
Mhm.
Just like how I always thought Blue was a boy. Nope.
Yeah.
Blue from Blue's Clues, girl.
Oh, I thought you meant Blue from Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
No, I knew he was a girl.
He was a girl.
Blue was not
Blue,
that.
Blue Regard.
Blue Regard.
That's a girl name.
Kazoo.
I don't know either. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, cool.
I think it's just up in our heads.
Oh, it's just in our heads. I was like, what is that sound?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I didn't see anything on there. Maybe it'll show up, but I think the effects will take care of it.
Cool. Hey, when you cast this at a higher level using a spell slot of 8th level or higher, the base damage increases by a d8 for each slot above the 7th. Really, there's no... Well, I mean, you could... Like, casting it at 9th level would be the same as holding it for a round, so, like, I don't know.
Yeah. I guess in a situation where you're considering to use the, like, destructive final explosion, the extra damage might be appreciated.
I think what
because that's 2d8 extra damage on everything in the radius.
Yeah, if you don't, like, release it and you let it explode.
Which, of course, there's only one way to use this spell correctly.
So my question, so you have to concentrate on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me look at the wording here again. Okay, so you have to use your action to hold or release it. I think that might not be enough because that would allow you to still... Okay, moving I think is fine. But you could still do a bonus action? I don't know.
Which means you could... Well, you couldn't cast another spell, I guess, so...
No, that's true.
That's fine. Concentration takes care of that. You could use your bonus action to... Could you cast a cantrip?
Well,
depending on...
Some cantrips still...
They would still...
require an action.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
To cast.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot of stuff you can't do without an action.
That's true.
Or sorry, without an action and with concentration up.
I guess maybe I'm not totally clear on the rules there. I think that even if you're concentrating on a spell, I think you can still cast other spells.
Just as long as they don't require concentration. Is that the case?
Yes, that is the case. You can't cast another spell that requires concentration.
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, like, cast shield or something while you're focusing on this. Okay, I take it back. It makes sense. I like it. We're good.
I mean, if you're good enough to get to this spell, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
If this were a level 1 spell, then that's a little iffy. But you also don't have shield yet at level 1.
That's true.
Right?
I don't know what
Shield's
level.
second level.
It's a second level spell, yeah. Yeah, horror. That makes sense. Well, don't you have second level spells at level? No, I guess not.
No.
Not at level 1.
Not until level 5, I want to say.
5? Really? Well, Liam, because he's an artificer.
He didn't have it.
Wizards and sorcerers,
they get that level 3.
Level 3. They get level 2 spells, yeah. Character level 3. I know that's confusing,
God,
by
they're
the way.
so spoiled.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting level 2 spelled so early on.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is a cool...
That's a fun...
It's a
fun
cool
little jolt. It'll add a jolt of energy to your campaign.
Pep in your step. It definitely reminds me of, like... It gives me the vibes of, like, a... Bioshock.
Yeah.
It's got Bioshock
Yeah, it does.
energy,
It really does.
Yeah.
It's got that Bioshock feel.
It's got that.
It's definitely something where in Bioshock you would have a weapon that's like that. And like if you get hit while you're trying to charge it, it would explode and you'd get hurt more. But they would still get hurt or that sort of thing. And I like that. That's kind of fun. Like they probably shouldn't hit you, but like they have to do this balancing act of like, all right, well, I mean, if I don't, he's going to hit me with this strong spell. Like, what should I do in that case? I like that. It creates a lot of decisions every round for everyone involved. It really does.
Yeah. And like it incentivizes because you could make this your Hail Mary. You could have everybody else try to distract the bad guy while you charge this up for a couple rounds. And like you could, the maximum is 10 rounds. First of all, combat never lasts that long anyway. But like four rounds, that's an extra 8d8.
Yeah.
18d8 damage.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
It is.
But even that might not do it in one go.
Yeah, but
it'd be pretty
by
close.
that many rounds in, it's pretty likely you can get a fatality from that.
Yeah, as long as they're doing more than just distracting the big bad.
Yeah, like they would try to chip away, but if you need something decisive to end it, maybe they have some sort of regeneration mechanic or something like that, or a barrier mechanic that's making it tough to do full damage.
Okay, I have a very important question for you. What is the catchphrase that you yell as you release this spell onto the bad guy?
That I personally would yell?
Yeah.
Like me as Austin.
Or a character that you would play that would have this spell.
Okay. So who would...
Either is fine.
All right. So for Austin, he would say, "Hey, all you whatever bards and bardettes, welcome back to I Cast Vicious Mockery." That's what he would start with, obviously.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys have noticed, but that's how it always it's always started that way, by the way, this podcast.
Right.
Since the very first episode.
I wake up...
I don't know if you've gone back and listened on Anchor.fm at Spotify, but you can corroborate my story here. Right? If you've gone back and listened.
And I can attest to the fact that every time I wake up in this room with Austin here too, the first thing he says in the morning is,
hey, all you insert word here, bards and bardettes.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yeah.
Every morning.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Austin, we're not recording right now." And he's like,
but would that we could.
Oh. By Jove, by golly.
All right, so let me think of a character who would use this. I want to give it like somebody who, oh man, it could go a couple ways. All right, let's do it like a scholarly type of person who... All right, he's going to say Bazinga. Can I just cut to the joke?
Bazinga.
He's going to say Bazinga. I don't even feel like doing it. I'm sorry.
Okay, you know what? I did think of something else, though.
Okay.
One thing that I would suggest about this. So you're making a ranged spell attack. You know what that means? It could miss. All that buildup and then you miss... That would feel pretty bad.
Right.
You could say, "Oh yeah, that's just how D&D is." You know what I say? Every round that you charge it up, +1 to hit.
Oh, I was going to say every round that you charge it up, you can, like for each one, you can fire it off again afterward until it hits something. I don't know if that's too overpowered. That guarantees a hit. That 100% guarantees a hit.
Yeah.
After a certain point, like it's giving yourself advantage the first round, which is already a lot. That's already a lot. I think your +1's a little better.
Yeah, because and that makes sense to me. I mean, because like the bad guy's gonna know you're up to something, and they're gonna try to stop you.
They're gonna just take the dodge action every turn,
or that. But also. Like
for the next minute, every 6 seconds they're gonna be like, "What? What?" And you're gonna be like, and they're gonna be like, "What?
Oh,
what?
Disadvantage on this one." float like a butterfly, sting like a it just encapsulates them. Okay. Originally, my thought was maybe just make it a saving throw, no matter what. But no, I like this better. Like every time you charge it, you also get +1 to hit. I like that. I like that because, first of all, nothing does that.
Yeah.
Like there are no spells that do that.
Right.
Second of all, I think it makes sense because the thing is getting bigger and stronger the longer you hold on to it. And you could argue maybe it's like harder to control because it's so, I don't know. It could go either way.
I feel like it's only, I don't know. Yeah, you could argue either, but I feel like as long as the material that you're holding is up to the task, it doesn't really get harder, right? Like you're channeling it through this iron rod. I feel like the limiting factor is the heat generated. Like when it's too hot for you to hold, that's when the spell breaks.
Right.
And that's after a minute
of minute
charging
mark.
it up.
Yeah, the minute mark.
Right. And that's only because we have to have a specific time, for the sake of this. Although I guess if we explain it that way, then like a fire elemental might be able to do it forever. And that's not really fair.
Unless it's like it could be like this.
Well, the rod could get too hot for itself at that point.
Yeah. Okay.
It starts to get all bubbly.
Right. You could also do something where if you wanted to balance it more, because maybe adding +1 to hit every round you charge it up would make it now too strong. It's possible.
Yeah, I mean +10 to hit, and you already probably have +13
or something.
I guess that's true.
Oh,
at that point.
By that time, you probably have like +13 to hit or something.
So yeah, you've got +23 to hit.
That guarantees a hit.
Average of
you'd have to roll pretty low,
or be attacking an armor class of 27,
which is possible. Okay, but anyway. Maybe there's a trade-off where also every round you take some damage because it's getting so hot.
I do like that.
And maybe there's a trade-off there. So yes, it also gets easier to hit the target, but also you take damage every time.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you have that chance of damage at the end if you lose control. I guess, or sorry, I forget now.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I was talking about this too long. If you get hit and lose concentration, does it do the explosion?
It explodes, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you are taking that risk too. I like that.
Yeah.
I feel like the guaranteed damage and the risk of more damage, I think that's enough of a risk to allow for the extra to hit.
I like this spell because of the way that it sort of implies that this is like too much power for the person who's casting it to handle.
Right.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that I mean, most D&D spells are you mastering the magic and like telling it what to do. I like the idea that it's bigger and stronger than you, and you just have to hope that you do the right things so you don't hurt yourself with it.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, this is cool. I like this spell. Thank you, Owl Bear Den.
Yep.
Again. For this. It's cool.
All right. I had a thought today. And I want to know if you'd be interested in this.
Okay.
So a fighter.
I'm listening.
Subclass.
Okay.
Based on one of my favorite books.
Oh, okay.
The Book of Five Rings.
Oh, okay.
All right. So listen. There's I'm only at the very start of figuring this out. I didn't even look at the actual fighter subclasses to see what levels they get stuff. Like I know they get something at level 2 and whatever, because that's when they pick their thing. But you would be the whatever, I don't know, it'd be called, there's the fighter champion. This would be the fighter whatever. Who cares? But it would start off like your bonuses that you get as you level up would correspond to the different rings, the different books actually. And those go earth, water, fire, air, emptiness, right? So those are the different topics, sort of the different groupings of topics in this book. Now it's actually kind of weird because the air topic kind of talks about how to teach, right? And like the earth one is actually the most technical one. Then water gets more into tactics. So there's technique, tactics. Teaching is in no, air is after. In fire, it's more about what is fire about? I don't even remember off the top of my head right now. I was just reading it earlier, but I don't I lost it. And then emptiness is like eschewing all of that almost. It's like saying, all right, we don't need to worry about the specifics anymore at this point. Like right. you know, just do what comes naturally now. You should have gotten to the point where what is natural is correct.
Yep. Okay.
But the idea though is that you'd pick up bonuses relating to each of those things as you go, where, you know, the initial bonuses are you learn the actual techniques in the Book of Five Rings as your fighter, you know, like superiority die maneuvers, right? So your fighter maneuvers would be stuff like sen, no sen. So after you get a successful hit, you can expend a superiority die to attack again. Or things like that, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. Actual martial arts principles. Yeah.
And like literally, like the techniques are written down in the book. I think in the Book of Earth, he talks about the different, what are they called? The 5 attitudes or 5 stances, they call them sometimes, but they're not like he talks about ways to hold the sword to like get ready. But he actually refers to them as something different than stances. That's like the English way of saying it.
Yeah, I was gonna say this book is written in Japanese. So
yeah, like, you'd want to listen to or read a couple of translations of it,
right? To get the gist.
The first, I'm lucky that the first translation that I read of this book was excellent. I don't know if it was faithful entirely, but it was really good. As in like they said it in a way that felt good in English and actually explained correctly how to do the things listed in the book. So like I took the techniques and I started doing them on people without a sword, but
yeah, obviously
they teach you how to do them with a sword in the book.
Right. But the principles are the same. That's what's interesting about martial arts is that when you learn the principle behind things, that's my favorite thing about it. When you learn the principle behind it, you kind of don't even really need to practice it, obviously, to gain the skill required. But you've like pretty much got it. Like you understand it once you get the principle of it.
Yeah.
And you can translate it to other things.
If you practice enough martial arts, and I assume this is similar with other things, but with martial arts in particular, there are so many movements that are there are so many different technical applications where it's the same movement with your body, but done on a different part of the other person, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking like you punch them here, you punch them, but I'm talking like you turn and rotate this way and throw them, or you turn and rotate this way and do an arm lock or something.
Right.
And it's kind of the same movement with your body. And if you practice the basic movements enough and you understand the principle, any of them can come out just, they can come out sporadically when you need to use one. You could just make it up on the spot sometimes. That's the fun part.
Yeah. I mean, exactly.
Maybe that's not everybody, but hey, once you do that stuff for 20 years, then it's probably going to be you too.
Right. And it gets to the point where if you find yourself in a place that you've never been in before, you don't panic because you kind of still know what to do.
Yeah.
Because
this is the same as other stuff. Because think about that in terms of DMing.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you DM, oh my God, it's a lot of work to start out with. And you feel like you have to prepare for everything. You have to have an answer for everything. You have to know all the rules and stuff. And then you do that for a long time. And you learn all that stuff by looking up the rules over and over, and by figuring out when they matter and when they don't. Like each time you apply them, you learn something about your players' reactions to them and how to run the game. And then eventually you just do whatever feels natural, and it's correct because you've taken the feedback from your players, right? Something like that.
Right.
In martial arts, the feedback you get is, did I kick that guy or did he kick me? It's a little different feedback, but as long as you know how to take feedback, you'll be all right.
Right. Exactly. Well, it's a little bit more direct in martial arts.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more black and white in martial arts. Either you did it or you didn't, kind of.
People will make their excuses and their...
Oh, yeah. I mean, they can.
Yeah.
They can.
Yeah. I feel like in D&D,
maybe it's similar.
Kind of, yeah. Now, so the issue is that in D&D, it feels like you can ask somebody for feedback, and they should be able to give you feedback on the game, but they can't always.
No, but you can usually tell how it went.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to read their mood, and you can ask them if they liked something that they would be able to do reliably. And this is what I learned in college, learning stuff about figuring out things from a psychological perspective on game design. You can reliably have players rank things. They can rank things, and they can tell you if they like something better than something else, which is just a smaller version of ranking things.
Yeah.
But so basically, those are the two tasks that people can do the most reliably in like surveys and stuff. So if you said, hey, was this session more fun than last session? It's really far back, but they might be able to say yes or no to that. Whereas if you say, hey, what did you like about today's session? They might be like, I mean, well, I just broke up with my dog, so... They might be a little off from that, and they might be like, I hated the whole session about how we were dating the dogs the whole time. I didn't want to do that. I just want my dog. But they might not know that. They might not have realized it.
Right. Cool.
Okay, that was a dumb example, but you get it, right?
No, it was a perfectly Yeah, I mean, I've broken up with my dog, and it's tough. It's hard to get over, and when you're playing D&D, sometimes you can't think about anything else but your dog. Never come back.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh.
Yeah, that's very unempathetic of you. Cool. Well, I think that's a great way to end things for today. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I already cut it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's done.
It's done.